Hey y'all, my name is Emilee and I'm a senior public relations major from Canton, Georgia.
Hey guys, my name is Harvey Moody. I am also a senior public relations major from Warner Robins, Georgia. And today we're going to take you on a nice little tour of our campus. Right now we are on Sweetheart Circle, which is one of our original parts of campus back when we started in 1906. A lot of the buildings on Sweetheart Circle are the original buildings back from that time. Many of them were residence halls for our students, but now they serve as our administrative buildings around campus.
Sweetheart Circle itself is located to our right, and it is one of the most beautiful spots on campus to be throughout the day, especially on beautiful days like today. A lot of our trees almost were made to have hammocks and Eno strung in them, so it's just a really beautiful spot to kind of hang out during the week, to de-stress and just enjoy nice weather.
All right, so right now we are on one of my favorite strips of campus. As you can see, our campus is very beautiful. There's lots of plants and trees around.
And one of the most important buildings that we have on this strip of campus is Cone Hall. It's home to the Student Accessibility Resource Center. So at Cone Hall, you can go and have special accommodations made for your courses. So if you need to take time, a little bit of extra time for an exam or a test, or if you need a no distraction study space, or if you need to use your laptop when you're taking notes, a lot of our departments actually require that we handwrite our notes now. So if you're someone that might need some special accommodations, this is the place for you to go to make sure that you can be as successful as you can be as a student here at Georgia Southern.
But right behind Cone Hall is where our baseball and softball fields are. One of the awesome things that I love about Georgia Southern is that students get into any home on-campus game for free. We just show our Eagle IDs and we're able to get into any game for free.
So right now we're here at Fieldhouse, which is one of our sports complexes here at Georgia Southern. Our basketball teams play here, both our men's and women's teams, and we have an amazing volleyball team as well that also plays here at Fieldhouse.
Fieldhouse is actually one of my favorite spots on campus. I love coming to the men's basketball games. Very high energy, lots of fun. Whenever the team makes a three-point shot, they throw out t-shirts. The team is very theatric. There's smoke machines, lights. It's a lot of really good fun here.
And something I really love about being a Georgia Southern student is the absolute pride that we have for all of our sporting events. We love to pack the house. We love to be here and cheer on our Eagles, especially during our Georgia State game. As we know, that's one of our biggest rivals in our sporting events. So if you're not here early enough to stand in line, you might not get in for the game because we really, really do love packing this house, and we love cheering on our Eagles and watching us win and succeed in those games.
Next up on our tour is our Eidson house, which is home to our University Honors Program.
Our University Honors Program is an incredible program we have here at Georgia Southern. If you want to take your education to the next level, I highly recommend checking out the application for our honors program. Let's head over there now. As a first-year student in the honors program, you will do, like I said, lots of research, and you will have opportunities that other students won't have, from smaller class sizes. Your honors books are helped, you get help in paying for those as well through those courses. And on top of that, you will have the opportunity to live in one of our RLCs, our residential learning communities, which is just for honors students. So you will take classes with them, you will have study groups with them, your resident advisor will actually be a student in the program. So by the time you step on campus, you immediately have resources that will be there to help you succeed from the very beginning.
Right behind us, we have our Office of Student Activities, which is in the Williams Center. We have over 300 student organizations on our campus, so I promise you there is something that you can find to get involved in. It's actually one of the first things I recommend for students. Getting involved is how you meet new friends, get to do a lot of really cool things around campus. I personally joined Student Government Association my first year and met so many amazing people through that.
We also have clubs like the Pancake Eating Club, as well as Humans vs. Zombies, which started out as one of our smallest organizations and is now the largest organization that we have on this campus.
Also in our Williams Center, we have our Office of Student Media. We have an actual newspaper that is published every Thursday on our campus called the Georgian. So if you're interested in journalism, they have a candidate program you can go through where they'll teach you how to report, how to use their equipment, how to use their software. And at the end of that program, you can actually become a full-time reporter for the Georgian.
We also have a magazine that goes out every semester that you can be a part of as well. And we also have a radio station that y'all can have your own slot on that actually plays throughout Statesboro. So lots of really great ways for y'all to get experience and just to try something new while you're here.
And one last thing inside our Williams Center is our Office of Career and Professional Development. They hold really awesome programs for our students. They hold resume boot camps. If you need clothes to go to an interview, you can borrow clothes from them. If you want someone to go over an interview process with you, they have people just for that for you in the Williams Center as well. Right now we are at our Russell Union. This place is always packed with students. I personally always somehow end up walking through the Union, even when I don't mean to.
It's a really great place to study, meet some friends during the week, and also eat some really, really great food. Let's head inside. So in the Union, we have lots of things that happen, from food to different organizations, as well as different offices that provide resources for students throughout campus. One of the first ones is the Student Government Office. It is something that Harvey's been involved with heavily since his freshman year, so I'll let you take it away.
So the Student Government Association is our official voice of students. They hold weekly meetings where students can come and get information about what's going on campus, and also voice any concerns that they may have to our student government officers, who then bring those issues to upper management. As a freshman and sophomore, when I served those 2 years, it was really awesome to be able to get the opportunity to sit in meetings with higher leadership and actually talk about what's going on our campus. So upstairs in our Russell Union, we have several different offices that are run out of our union. First up, we have our Office of Multicultural Affairs. They put on a lot of really awesome programs for us so that students can go and enjoy and learn about different cultures. We also have our Office of Sorority and Fraternity Life, which does a lot with our Greek organizations on campus.
From there, we have the Dean of Students Office, who handles student conduct, as well as just being your biggest advocate while you're here at Georgia Southern University. And then right next door, we have the Office of Military and Veteran Services, who just provide a space for students who have been enlisted, for veterans, as well as their families, so they can be in similar spaces with similar people in those situations.
Also in the Union, we have several different places to eat. We have our Chick-fil-a. During the lunchtime, there's a really big rush in here. People love their Chick-fil-a. And then my favorite part on campus is our Starbucks. I go every single day, spend a lot of my time and money there. We have the best baristas anywhere. I love them. They're just really awesome people.
We also have the Russell Union Theater, which is where some of our movies are played from the University Programming Board, as well as the GusMart, which serves really amazing sub sandwiches, as well as other great food items throughout the day. And it's also the spot where students have the opportunity to have one of their larger lecture halls as well. So that is just a bigger space for students, but throughout the rest of campus, we only have a few of those larger lecture halls. For the most part, our classes are pretty small.
Right next to our Russell Union, we have our University Store. University Store, you can get all of your official Georgia Southern gear, whether it's a t-shirt, a book bag, a jersey, whatever you can think of, we probably have it in the store. And when you buy from our University Store, you're putting right back into campus. They get to do a lot of really awesome things with organizations on campus.
And you invest back into the students. And I think that's super important to know, that when you do purchase a t-shirt or your textbooks or even a Scantron, that money goes right back into you. So in the University Store, we have tons and tons of different things for y'all to check out and to buy while you're here. Of course, we have our textbooks, which we'll talk about in a little bit, but we also have a lot of local produce and sourced different items that y'all can purchase to support local businesses and local business owners.
And any official Georgia Southern textbook that you need for your class, whether it's a required book, you can do that right from here on campus. You can even order online from the University Store and just come and pick up your textbook, which is really convenient. Or you can come right into the store, ask one of our customer service reps, and they will help you find whatever book you may need.
And we are required to have every course material that you'll need, from the pencil that you write with, the Scantron you take your tests with, to lab coats, goggles, and then everything in between, from the notebooks and the pens to, of course, like Harvey said, your larger textbook items. So it is a really great place to stock up on all those things, especially at the beginning of the school year. But we also have tons and tons of gear to make sure that y'all are really showing your Georgia Southern pride.
And one of the really cool things I love about Georgia Southern, you can pretty much get involved in every aspect of campus. I personally am a model for the University Store, so I get to try on all of our new things every season and model them and get to show them off to our students.
There he is. So as we make our way out of the University Store, we are going to head into our dining commons, which is one of 2 dining facilities on campus. This one has both your Eagle Card Services, which is where you'll get your student ID, as well as a fully functioning post office. We do require first-year students to live on campus, and when you live on campus, you actually do get a P.O. box. So when you first step into the dining commons, the first things you see are our ATMs. These are where our ATMs are located on campus, so these are the only ones. If you bank with SunTrust or Bank of America, welcome to your bank. These are the only ones in Statesboro. From there, just headed back, we do have Eagle Card Services. Like I mentioned, that is your student ID. You will swipe it to get in some of our residence halls on campus as a safety precaution. You'll swipe it to get into this building and Lakeside, and then you will also swipe that when you go to the RAC, which is our Recreation Activity Center.
So in dining commons, we have a lot of really awesome options. It is really good food. I've personally had a meal plan all 4 years. I love coming to dining commons to eat lunch and dinner. We have soups, salads, sandwiches. We have a coffee bar. We have Traditions that is like a home cooked style meal.
We also have all-day breakfast at the Breakfast Club. And from there, we also have the Sweet Shop, which is where y'all can get any dessert you could possibly think of. I had never had a crepe until I came to college. So they have crepes, cookies, pies, cobblers, ice cream, and just anything in between. It's beautiful. All right, y'all, so we're right outside of the dining commons, and I would be remiss if I did not talk about Gus before we got to the tech corner. This is Gus. This is one of our mascots here at Georgia Southern University, and this is a really great picture spot for y'all to come and take a picture with Gus. Personally, I never did it when I came for a tour, and I'm so sad that I didn't. So I always recommend that students come and take a picture with Gus before they leave campus, just so you can show your true blue spirit.
And now right behind us, we have one of our 6 residence halls. This is Centennial Place. Centennial Place is our newest hall on campus, so it is one of our most sought after residence halls. It's right across from dining commons, right across from all your major classes, right across from the Union. However, we do have 5 other amazing options for first-year students to choose from. I highly recommend that you go to GusHousing.com. That is where all of our floor plans are, all of our rates.
So our Tech Corner is a really great resource for students to utilize on campus. As you can see, there are tons of different types of technology for y'all to purchase while you're here. They take really good care of their students. A lot of times they'll do different sale and discount events at the beginning of the year. And if you purchase your laptop here on campus, they'll actually put you in first priority in the event that something happens. You spill some coffee on it or some water above other students who have not purchased their laptops from here. So it really is just a benefit for y'all to purchase your things from the Tech Corner.
So we're driving down our Pedestrium right now, which is one of my favorite parts of Georgia Southern. Not only is it gorgeous during the springtime, but it's also where majority of our academic buildings are. So you really never have to worry about trying to get to class on time. For the most part, your classes are gonna be right next to each other. I always tell people that a 15-minute walk will pretty much get you anywhere on campus if you kind of walk with a purpose. If you're like leisurely strolling, it might take you 17 to 20, but a 15-minute walk will pretty much get you anywhere you need to be on our campus.
Right behind me, we have the first of the 2 lakes. Our 5th president of the university, Guy Wells, was walking around campus one day and was just really wondering how he could leave his mark and leave Georgia Southern a little more beautiful. So he planted this lake. He went home to his wife. He was like, "Hey, hon, I had a really great day today." And she was like, "Oh my gosh, tell me about your day." And he was like, "Oh, I planted this lake at Georgia Southern. It's super beautiful." And she said, "Wow, that's great. What did you name it?" And he said, "Well, you know, I named it Lake Wells." And she was like, "That's really cute. After yourself. There's the couch. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye." And he slept there until he got the message and planted Lake Ruby, which is about 3 times the size of Lake Wells, and all was right again in the Wells household. Lots of things happen in and on our lakes throughout the year. Students go kayaking in them. And we also have tons of wildlife from turtles and ducks and geese, as well as fish. And students are actually able to fish in our lakes as long as they release them, so don't cook our fish and eat them.
Behind our lakes is our counseling center. Students are given 15 free sessions during their academic year here at Georgia Southern. So if you need someone to talk to, someone to just de-stress with, we have those opportunities for you right here on campus. As we pass our lakes, going further down our Pedestrium, there are a few other things that we want to mention. Coming up, we have our 2nd dining location on campus called Lakeside Dining Commons. Lakeside is our 2nd and smaller dining location on campus. I really enjoy going to Lakeside in the mornings. You can go up to the 2nd floor and eat your breakfast, looking out over the lake.
So right now we're passing the Parker College of Business, which recently just got renamed as we received one of the largest one-time donations in our university's history from Gregory M. Parker, who owns our partners' convenience stores as well as gas stations.
And then behind our Parker College of Business, we have our engineering building, where a lot of our really awesome engineering programs that gets a lot of hands-on experience in those programs. With whatever program you do choose at Georgia Southern, you're going to get a lot of hands-on experience before you leave and go out into the real world. As a PR major, I have been able to work on campaigns for clients, and so when I actually do start applying for jobs, I'll have a lot of opportunities to show potential employers the work I've done here at Georgia Southern.
And as we make our way down this way on the Pedestrium, this is pretty much the edge of campus. So as Harvey mentioned earlier, you can get anywhere in 15 minutes or less. Some days you might have to put a little pep in your step, but as we look over here, we do have the nursing building, the nursing and chemistry building, as well as the education buildings.
Yep, and then all the way down this road here, you kind of can't see it from here, but that is where we have our Recreation Activity Center, which is which is our on-campus gym. Students have all access to that whenever they are open. You can go in there and lift weights, you can run. They have an indoor and outdoor track, indoor-outdoor pool. They have group fit classes that you can go and take, and just so many fun things that you can do there. So next up, and kind of behind us, is our Information Technology building. One of my favorite buildings on campus. We have a GusMart in the IT building where students can go and get a quick snack. You can go and get a school supply if you need it. There's a sandwich shop in the IT building called Market Street Deli. You can go get a really awesome sandwich there. And so right now we're gonna head in and show you guys a little piece of the IT building.
So as Harvey mentioned, there are lots of spaces for students to eat their delicious food and snacks that they get from the GusMart or Market Street Deli, also to study.
Another really awesome thing in the IT building is that there is a computer lab that's open until midnight, open to all students. So I promise you, if you need to print something before class or stay around somewhere to get some work done, you can do that right here in the IT building or in pretty much any academic building we have on campus.
So as we leave the IT building, we're heading back up the Pedestrium, but I do want to talk to you about something that's very important to me as a student here, which is safety. Up and down the Pedestrium, about every 150 feet or so, we do have white emergency poles that serve just as a safety precaution for you all as students here. If you ever feel unsafe, if you're walking home from the library late, or if you had a later class that ends when it gets dark, or if you just had a late study group on campus, the emergency poles are a really great tool to utilize if you feel unsafe. So you just press the red button in the box, and then a UPD officer will be to you in under 5 minutes during the school year and about 3 minutes over the summer when there are a lot less people around.
Also, the officers that we have at Georgia Southern are amazing. I love working with them. We do have a bike patrol unit, so you will see them biking around campus and talking to students. They also do rounds in our residence halls, so you'll see them making sure that our residence halls are safe and secure. And as a resident advisor, I do work with our university police officers, so they'll come to my programs to interact with students, and just to make sure that we're all together in one big happy family.
So right now we're standing in our Interdisciplinary Academic Building, IAB for short, which is one of our newest buildings on campus. It just opened fall 2018, so our students have been able to utilize it for a little bit over a year now. And as you can see, it's absolutely beautiful, stunning on the inside, but there are a lot of really amazing things that happen within the walls of this building. We do have an exhibit space for students. The history program is located in this building, as well as foreign language. So students are able to actually put together exhibits and get some experience in that realm before they graduate. Harvey mentioned earlier, we do a lot of hands-on work here no matter what major you're in. So it's really cool to be able to see that work in that space, but also along the walls of the building. They usually hang up students' work here from the interior design students, fashion merchandising and design students as well. So students can actually see what they've been working on all year and have the chance to show those things off to others.
So right now we are in one of our classrooms. This one holds about 80 to 100 students. So when you come to Georgia Southern, you'll be in classrooms like this. Every building kind of has a different setup of how they set up their classes, but for the most part, you'll be in rooms like this. I really enjoy our small classroom sizes. As a first year student, you might be in some pretty larger classes just because everyone has to take those classes. But as you move up into your major level courses and get on with your time here, your class sizes do tend to slim down. I took a theories of mass communication class last semester, had about 23 students in it. So right now we are in our Henderson Library, which is our Statesboro Campus library. It's also called Club Hindi to some students.
It is open 24 hours a day, about 5 days a week, so that's why we call it that, because a lot of students end up spending the night here studying long hours and making sure that they get those grades to make sure they get their degrees. Our library is 4 floors, and as you go up the different floors, the sound level actually changes. So right now we're actually standing on the 2nd floor. The first 2 floors are talking floors, so you can do group work, have your phones out, laptops out, whatever you need to be successful. There are also study rooms on both of these floors as well, so students can do group work, projects, practice for presentations. And then on the 3rd floor, it's split in half between talking and no talking. And then on the 4th floor is completely 100% dead silent, no phones, nothing, just for those students who need that no distraction study space to again make sure they get those grades to get that degree.
The exact Henderson Library is also home to our Academic Success Center. That is where students can go and get free tutoring in majority of their core classes. They are open Monday through Friday from noon until 10 p.m. So you can come here during that time, get free help. It's walk-in, you just sign in, and you'll be matched with a tutor with someone who can help you with your classwork.
We also have the Writing Center located in this building as well for students who need a little extra help writing essays. College papers, as I have learned, are a whole other beast compared to high school papers. So it's a really great resource to utilize. They don't give you the answers to figure out what's wrong with your papers. However, they do guide you to help you become a better writer for future essays.
All right, we're at our last stop on our tour. We are at the Allen E. Paulson Stadium where our football team plays.
I'm so excited to be here. This is one of my favorite spots on campus because coming to the football games and being a student here at Georgia Southern, this Southern pride, this is what it's all about. Being here in the stadium, feeling the energy of students, alumni, community members all coming together in this one spot to watch the Eagles take on different opponents throughout the year and to just celebrate our victories in this stadium. One of my favorite parts about the football games happens actually before kickoff. It's where Freedom the Eagle, our bald eagle that we have in our Wildlife Center on campus, will actually fly from up top above the president's box. They'll do some fly arounds in the stadium. We call it the most 30 exhilarating seconds in college football history. And students get to cheer on Freedom as they come down and land on their handler's hand just down here by the student section. It is so much fun. It is exhilarating. And it's just a really testament to our pride that we have here at Georgia Southern, that we are one of the only schools in the country to have a live flying bald eagle fly during our games.
Our Multimedia Development Center is also in our Paulson Stadium. This is where we broadcast most of our games to ESPN. There's a lot of really great opportunities for both our student athletes because they get to be seen from all over the country, but also for our student workers. They get to record these, broadcast them, and then they get to move on to work at ESPN, Disney, and other great things like that.
We're so happy that y'all walked with us through campus today, rode on the golf cart with us, and just got to experience what a little bit of life is like here at Georgia Southern University. We have spent the last 4 years getting to know each other, getting to know other students on campus, faculty and staff members, and just feeling the love that Georgia Southern has towards the people who go here and who work here. So thank y'all so much for being with us today. This is our second home, and we hope that one day it can be yours too.
We hope to see you on campus one day, but until then, go Eagles.